Hey, I want to show you this really cool method for getting high-paying clients that I discovered by making a really stupid mistake. Not only that, but this method gets you high-paying clients quickly and gets them to stay with you long-term. So ask yourself this: what if you decided to send out a piece of snail mail, a piece of direct mail, a letter to business owners in a single city telling them to give you a call? And hundreds of them actually did. What if you suddenly had so many people interested in your services that you couldn't possibly take them all on as clients? And what if your brand new company was in more demand in less than 2 weeks than any other company you've heard gurus bragging about in the past 6 years? This is exactly what happened to me, and it was an eye-opening experience to say the least. First, my name's Robert Stukes, and I've been a business consultant for 10 years now, since 2006. In the beginning, I struggled to get new clients in the door on a regular basis. No matter what I tried, I couldn't seem to set in motion a systemized method of client generation that worked like clockwork. Here's how all that changed with this really stupid mistake. In 2008, I accidentally skyrocketed my business to 180 monthly recurring paying clients that paid a minimum of $500 a month and many over $1,000 per month. The thing that got me there was this single page-and-a-half personal letter that I sent to them in the mail. Now here's the troubling part. It actually worked way too well, and I was not prepared for what happened next. Because I'd never done direct mail before that time, I thought that going into it, I had to pay all kinds of money to send out thousands and thousands of letters. So what I did was I contacted this print shop to do everything for me. I sent him the contact details of 6,000 businesses in and around the Atlanta, Georgia area. He agreed to print the letters, have the envelope stuffed, stamped, and sent. So when the phone calls started pouring in, I thought he sent all 6,000 all at once. Nope, he had only sent 1,000. He was sending 1,000 per week for 6 weeks. By the second week, I was worried. I was getting way too much business, even for the Cracker Jack staff that I had on hand at the time. By the fourth week, I was reluctantly turning business away. And by week 6, I wasn't even answering my phone anymore. My poor office manager, Ruth, had to turn them away. So here's where I screwed up. I didn't have to spend thousands of dollars to put 6,000 pieces in the mail. I didn't even have to spend hundreds of dollars. This letter and follow-up process works so well that I get responses to this day when I test in areas with as little as 100 pieces in the mail. That's a test that costs less than $50 on postage, about $4 on envelopes, and about $50 to have a college kid or a stay-at-home mom handwrite and stuff the envelopes for me. For that modest outlay, I got direct, immediate access to the decision maker calling me 2 days after the mail goes out, guaranteed every time. So you can ask anybody that knows. Direct mail works. In fact, it works better now than it did just a few years ago. Here, I'll prove it to you. Think about the last time you checked your email. 143 messages and like 95% of them were spam, right? Now think back to the last time you checked your physical mail. When was the last time you received an actual hand-addressed envelope with your name on it? Go ahead, take your time and think about it, but while you are, you can be sure of this. Direct mail works really well if you do it right. And in order to do it right, you need to follow a proven formula. In fact, if you're using a few different client acquisition methods now and you're not getting the results you want, it probably has nothing to do with your prices. And it has nothing to do with how your website looks. In fact, you don't even need a website to do this. Or how great you are at closing the sale, or what new fancy software you're using. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how awesome the services you offer your clients are. In order to ensure you get that client, you have to fire a direct, unobstructed, personalized message from you straight to the decision maker. And there's a formula for getting this right. Here it is. Step 1, personalization. Your prospects are bombarded with distractions more now than ever before. Think back to just now when you thought about your email inbox filled with spam. Everybody's email inbox is exactly like that. And now think back to the last time you got a hand-addressed envelope in the mail. Unless it's a card from a relative, my guess that it's been quite a while and it doesn't happen very much anymore. And it's like that everywhere. That's why I know that when one of my direct mail pieces gets delivered, it gets opened by the decision maker it's addressed to, and they read it. And they read it, they immediately see step 2, my insane pattern interrupt. Even people good at direct mail, yes, really good at it, consider it a numbers game because their response rate is so low. That's why direct mail can be so expensive. If they get a 1% response rate, they're happy. Now, if I spoke to less than 40% of the business owners that I sent mail to, I'm going to be pretty irked. I've never spoken to less than 40%. And more importantly, an eye-popping 60% of the business owners that I do speak to say yes. See why I don't have to send very much direct mail? It saves me a fortune. Now, how do I get those insane numbers? Well, it's actually really easy. Step 3, hyper-focused targeting for free. See, I screwed up in 2008 when I put 6,000 pieces in the mail to random businesses all over Atlanta. I could have gotten those same 100 or more clients by sending a fraction of that if I had used the targeting technology that I use now for free. It takes me 10 minutes to look up exactly who I'm going to target, how much a new customer makes their business, if they're currently advertising, what the business owner's name is, their address, their phone number, and so much more. I can have a complete list together within 10 minutes and pass the entire job of merging the letters so they're personalized, handwriting, stamping the envelopes, sending the batch out immediately after to a qualified, cost-efficient outsourcer. So within 2 days, I'm getting phone calls and a 60% close rate. This same 3-step formula has helped me build my business consulting empire, and I've never had to stress about where my newest clients will come from. And now I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm going to do that through a video training program I created called the 100 Client Blueprint. I'm going to walk you step by step through the exact process I use to get a crazy high response rate for just a handful of letters and how I outsource the entire process. Let's take a look at everything I'm about to show you. As you can see, the 100 Client Blueprint is an 8-module course. It's all videos, very short, very direct to the point videos. The first module is our process overview. So it's basically telling you everything that we're going to talk about so you're never lost. You always know what to expect next. Module 2 is pinpointing our clients using the laser targeting methods that I talked about before, which saves us an immense amount of money on postage and our outlay. So we're only sending direct mail pieces to the businesses that want to work with us. Module 3 is where we go into and download the actual letter. So when we talk about the letter, I'll be telling you not only the things you can and can't change around, but more specifically the things you definitely don't want to change because that would lose the effectiveness of the letter. There is a couple of things that you can change if you really want to, but I will warn you beforehand, you don't want to change too much. This letter has worked hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. It's a very effective letter. And you're not just downloading a template, you're downloading the actual letter that I've used so many times before that's always worked so well. Module 4, we go straight into the envelope. This is what helps us know that not only is our letter being opened, but it's being opened by the right person, the decision maker, and not someone else. Module 5, we go straight into outsourcing because you might want to do it once or twice yourself, this entire process, but after a while you're going to want to outsource this. More importantly, you're going to want to outsource this to someone that's qualified to do everything for you, but only charges, a reasonable, cost-efficient rate. And that's what we talk about in here. In Module 6, we go up to the follow-up and close, which I don't have to tell you just how important that is, because this is really where the rubber hits the road. We send out the letters, then we wait for our phone calls back. We're not doing any cold calling or anything like that. We wait for the phone calls to come in, and so we answer the phone, and we basically answer their questions, answer any concerns they have, and take their order. In Module 7, we go through the campaign overview. So once we get them on as a client, I now tell you how to take a small client, right, $200, $300, $400, $500 a month and roll them into and upgrade them into a larger client, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month. This will make more sense as you go into it, but it's a very powerful method we've used in my business for over 8 years now. And then in Module 8, we talk about a mobile variation and everything. And what this is a different set of strategies that you can use on certain clients that need that type of service. As you can see, I've left nothing out. This is a very comprehensive course. I think you're going to be very, very happy with it. I've put a lot of effort into it, and I'm infinitely proud to offer it to you. It's been Robert Stukes. I can't wait to work with you. I can't wait to hear about your success using the 100 Client Blueprint.